The very first method of improvement of performance of simple gas turbine cycle is called as regeneration. So in figure 1, simple open cycle gas turbine is shown where process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, 2 to 3 isobaric heat addition in the combustion chamber, 3 to 4 isentropic expansion in the turbine, and 4 to 1 is heat rejection to the atmosphere if it is open cycle gas turbine, and heat rejection to the cooling media in the intercooler if it is closed cycle gas turbine. And all the reversible processes and the cycle considering ideal or reversible processes or actual processes is shown in figure 2 on pressure, volume and temperature entropy diagram, where cycle in green color and continuous line represents the ideal cycle, and cycle represented by red color and in dotted line represents actual cycle. Okay. Here also I have not considered the pressure loss in the combustion chamber and during heat rejection. Now, before going into the detail of regeneration, gas turbine cycle with regeneration, here please take a note that in open cycle gas turbine, this exhaust after expansion in the turbine, exhaust gases after expansion in the turbine are directly exhausted to the atmosphere. Now, the working of simple gas turbine cycle is such that it requires very high temperature at the input of the turbine of the gas. That is, more will be the T3, more will be the efficiency of the cycle. But what happens if such a high temperature gas is made to expand in the turbine and produces work output? Even after its expansion, the temperature of the exhaust gas is very high. For example, if I take temperature at the inlet to the turbine of the gas as 900 degrees Celsius, so after expansion, the temperature of the exhaust gas at state 4 will be somewhere around 200 to 250 degrees Celsius. So that is substantial temperature. And if you allow that gas to directly exhaust it to the atmosphere, we are going to lose the enthalpy associated with that gas. The gas has still potential to do work or to be used to preheat some another fluid. Okay, so this is the logic what is used in regeneration. So figure 3 represents gas turbine cycle with regenerator. Regenerator is nothing but heat exchanger where heat transfer takes place between two fluids, hot and cold, hot gas and cold air. So in regenerator, there is a compressor, there is a combustion chamber, there is turbine, but extra component is added that is called as regenerator. And regenerator, in principle, it is heat exchanger. Okay. So working is like that. From process 1 to 2, isentropic compression of atmospheric air is done. Now that compressed air is meant to pass through this regenerator. Now in this regenerator, compressed air is receiving heat from the exhaust gases coming from the turbine after expansion. Because what happens, the temperature of these exhaust gases are still something in the range of 200 degrees Celsius. So exhaust gas becomes hot fluid, and compressed air from the compressor is a cold fluid. So heat transfer takes place from exhaust gas to compressed air, and with the help of that heat transferred from exhaust gas, compressed air is preheated. So 2 to 3 is basically preheating of compressed air in the regenerator with the help of gases coming out from turbine after expansion. Then process 3 to 4 is mixing of preheated compressed air and fuel in the combustion chamber, and its combustion takes place. So as a result of this, gases will be produced, high pressure, high temperature gases. So 3 to 4 is, I can say, isobaric heat addition in the combustion chamber. Then 4 to 5 is an isentropic expansion of the gas in the turbine. Work output will be produced. Here work will be consumed. Okay. And these exhaust gases are made to pass through regenerator, where they will be transferring their heat to the compressed air to preheat, and finally at state 6 exhaust gases will be exhausted to atmosphere. Okay, so this way the gas turbine cycle with regeneration works. Now let us represent all these processes taking place in this cycle on PV and TS diagram. I hope working is clear to you, all of you. Now what is the advantage of this? I will be discussing. So this is pressure volume diagram, and this is temperature entropy diagram. Let's say this is the minimum pressure of the cycle, and this is maximum pressure. At this point of time, I am discussing only ideal cycle. Okay. So this will be pressure at the inlet of compressor and outlet to the turbine, and this is pressure at the outlet of compressor and inlet to the turbine. Okay. Now let us represent one by one all the 4 processes. So process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, where pressure is increased from P1 to P2. I am talking about isentropic compression. and it is reversible process, so I will represent it by continuous line, and the same process will be represented on TS diagram by vertical line. This is temperature T2, this is temperature T1. This process is isentropic. So this process is done in compressor. So compressor will consume the work WC. Now 2 to 3 is preheating of compressed air in the regenerator. And let's say I am considering this process is taking place at compressor outlet pressure. That is, no pressure drop is taking place ideally. So pressure will remain same P2. So it will increase the temperature. So 2 to 3 represents preheating. Okay. So this is nothing but preheating. Of air in regenerator. Please mind well this process 2 to 3. Now 3 to 4 is isobaric heat addition. So temperature of the gas will increase from T3 to T4 at constant pressure of P2 is equal to P3. The same process can be represented on the TS diagram. Now from 4 to 5, isentropic expansion of the gases takes place in the turbine. It is isentropic process, so entropy will remain constant and turbine work output will be generated. Same process can be represented on TH diagram. This is state 4. Here also entropy will remain constant, as you can see here. S1 is equal to S2. Here S4 is equal to S5. Then five to 6 is heat rejection by the gases in the regenerator. So temperature will drop. Temperature of the gas will drop from T5 to T6, as you can see here. And then 6 to 1 is once again heat rejection by directly exhausting to the atmosphere. And this way the cycle will get complete. So this is constant pressure process 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. Heat process 5 to 6 is also constant pressure process. Similarly 6 to 1 is also constant pressure process. Okay. What this regenerator does, by employing or introducing regenerator in the simple gas turbine cycle, basically thermal efficiency of the cycle is increased. Thermal efficiency. Now how? For example, देखिए. Now let us talk about the open cycle. first. Simple open cycle gas turbine. Simple open cycle gas turbine means this one. Here, what will be heat supplied? देखिए यहाँ पे देखिए here on PV diagram. What will be heat supplied? Let's say I am talking about ideal cycle. This will be the heat supplied, isn't it? So heat supplied is this much. H2 minus H3 kilojoule per kg. And what is work output? Net work output WT minus WC. Correct? So what will be thermal efficiency of this simple open cycle? W net over QS. So WT minus WC over QS. Okay. Let's say this is equation number 1. Now let us talk about gas turbine cycle with regenerator. So I have to refer this PV diagram. What is the heat supplied actually to get the required work output? Can someone suggest me? QS, that is heat supplied in the regenerator cycle, is H3 minus H4 kilojoule per kg. What will be W net? WT minus WC. Now if you can compare on PV chart. Now in regeneration, compressor work is not going to change. It will be remain same what it is requiring in open cycle gas turbine. Similarly, turbine work is not going to change because pressure and temperature limits are not going to change. So turbine work output is also going to same. So W net will remain constant in both the cases. But what is going to reduce? Heat supplied in the cycle is getting reduced in the regenerator gas turbine cycle, as you can see here, because heat supplied during the process 2 to 3 is actually done in the regenerator. So what we are doing actually, we are trying to use the heat of the gas which would otherwise have been wasted by preheating the compressed air with the help of exhaust gases. So that much amount of heat supplied we could reduce from 2 to 3. So we have to reduce the amount of heat from 0.3 to 0.4 only, isn't it? So so QSR, so thermal efficiency in case of regenerative cycle will be W net to the heat supplied and in the regenerator cycle. Let's say this is equation number 2. Now W net in the open cycle is equal to W net in the regenerative cycle. It is not going to change. For same pressure ratio, it is going to remain same. because compressor and turbine work they are depending something on the pressure ratio that I am not going to change, but heat supplied in the regeneration cycle is less than heat supplied in the open cycle gas turbine. So as a result of this, what will happen? Thermal efficiency of the regenerator cycle gas turbine will be more than thermal efficiency of open cycle gas turbine. Okay, so this is the analysis. So I can sum up here concluding remark or conclusion. Regeneration increases thermal efficiency only. It does not affect work output. Correct? So got my point? One more important thing. What will be the ideal condition here? Ideally, let us concentrate on this regenerator. T2 is the temperature, T3 is the temperature, T5, T6 are the temperature. T2 and T3 are the temperatures of compressed air before and after heat transfer, and T5 and T6 are the temperatures of gas from the turbine before and after heat transfer. Now what will be ideal condition for this regenerator? Or I can also ask this question, if regenerator is 100% effective, that is its effectiveness is 1. Now mind well, there is no term like efficiency for heat exchanger. There is only term associated with heat exchanger is effectiveness. So let's say regenerative effectiveness is 1. Under such condition, can you suggest me any relationship between these 4 temperatures, T2, T3, T5 and T6? Illustrate my point, let us talk about regenerator, because within regenerator, so regenerative effectiveness, it is nothing but effectiveness of heat exchanger. It will be Q actual to the Q maximum. What will be actual heat transferred here? If you remember this, actual heat transferred is H3 minus H2. This is the actual heat transferred. What could be the maximum possible heat transfer? Can someone suggest me? What is the maximum possible temperature difference available? It is equal to H5 minus H2, because T5 is the temperature of exhaust gas highest before entry, T2 is the temperature of compressed air highest or lowest before entering. So this is the maximum possible temperature difference available. So effectiveness of this regenerator will be H5 minus H2. In terms of temperature, I can give this as T3 minus T2 into T5 minus T2. So this formula is used to calculate the temperature T5, because what is happening, many times T5 or T2, because what is happening, T3, sorry, T3, because T3 is the intermediate temperature. So many times this T3 is not known to me. So using the effectiveness of this degenerator as a heat exchanger, it is used to calculate T3. Okay, so ideally ये होना चाहिए. Ideally it should be like this, what you have suggested. T6 minus T5 should be equal to T3 minus T2, and this is possible when effectiveness of this heat exchanger is 1. Okay, so this way you can do the analysis of gas turbine cycle with regenerator.